Hey everybody, Shaun Gladney here with the Warrior Drumline. Thanks for checking out the third in our series of videos of fundamentals for the front ensemble. In this video we're going to talk about our two main strokes that we use in two mallet playing. In the last video we talked about our proper grips, so make sure you got those, and then let's talk about our two main strokes. The first is going to be what's called the piston stroke. And the piston stroke is going to be a stroke that starts high, hits the board, and rebounds up high with a lot of velocity. We're going to use that quick down-up motion like a piston to go down and right back up. That up motion, getting back up off the keyboard, allows us to move around with greater accuracy and speed and not get fumbled in our mouths together. A piston stroke uses a lot of velocity, but we don't want to be tense. We just want to have a quick down-up motion. Unlike a drum, keyboards really don't rebound as much for us, so we have to do a little bit more of that work. Remember that the stroke should start with the wrist in a wrist turn, and that should be what does most of the stroke. Our arms are going to be used mainly to transport our wrists around. Okay, so here's what a piston stroke looks like. In the left hand. Notice I start up high, and it's a quick down-up motion, and I end up high. Also notice that when I go slow like this, it can stop at the top before the next note. As we go faster, of course, you won't see it stop, but we want the same principles ahead. Now, I want to talk a little bit about a variation that I use in that, and that's called the checkmark stroke. And what I mean is the checkmark is a piston stroke, but it moves to another key. So it makes kind of a checkmark, a down, up, and over motion. So as we move around notes, you can use that check mark to get yourself ready for the next note. So say I'm going to play a C, then I'm going to play an E after. I've moved over the E in my upstroke, and I'm ready to play that. The check mark. That's just a variation of the piston stroke. What we do a lot of the time is the piston stroke. In most of our playing, that's what we're going to do. Especially in the front ensemble. That gets the good full sound that we're going for and gets our mallets up and out of the way. We do have a second stroke, and that's called a legato stroke. And a legato stroke is basically the same thing, but it's more smooth. We don't have to be so quick about the back up. We're going to be smooth in between notes. The legato stroke is for slower playing, more lyrical passages, where we want to see more of a relaxed approach to get a different feel in the music. So the difference in the legato stroke is after it hits the bar, we're just going to let it slowly float up until the next stroke. So in the legato stroke, we don't actually stop at the top. It's just going to be a smooth and connected start to finish. Notice that in the downward motion, I'm still using velocity. That's still probably quick. It's the after it hits the bar, I'm going to flow through the air a little bit more. The legato stroke is only going to be used when we need it in more slow, more lyrical passages in the ballad and slower playing. And it is for a sound as well as a visual difference. That just about covers our two mallet stroke types. Again, if you are a brand new player, this is all you need to worry about. We do not need you to worry about four mallet playing just yet. Come back for the next video as we put it all together and how we play music here at Williams.